welcome to Park Center High School for Northwest Suburban Conference boys basketball. A little neighborhood rivalry tonight as Champlin Park makes the short journey down from the north end of Brooklyn Park to take on the Pirates here. The Rebels still looking for their first win. Park Center top ranked and off to a 2-0 start. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Ariel McDonald, and shaping up as what could be a very good season again here for Park Center, the way things look so far. They were a state finalist the last 2 years, won it 2 years ago, second place last year, and it looks like so far so good for them.
You know, right now, just starting off the season, many players coming back, few transfers that are entering the program, but Coach Ware, you know, always coming back fully armed with a team who can represent Park Center in a first-class manner and really just be a competitive team, even nationally ranked now. So good things look to be ahead for Park Center.
Champlin Park has had a pretty tough schedule to start things out. They played Wayzata on Tuesday and kind of got blown out. Their first two games, though, very competitive. They played Maple Grove, very close, and they lost to Chaska in a close game as well. And from all indications, they're an improved team from what they were a year ago. Now, whether that's going to be enough to stay with Park Center, not hard to say, but certainly the future looking a little bit brighter for them, though, too. You
know, they got some veteran players that are returning as well. I mean, obviously playing against maybe the number one team in the state is going to be a little bit of an uphill challenge, but also an opportunity to kind of gauge where you're at, because where Park Center is at the top of the food chain, and many of the teams that are behind are probably equal to Champlin. So it's just an opportunity for the coach to kind of see where he's at and also be a spoiler, if you will.
Let's take a look at key players to watch for in tonight's game, starting with the visiting Rebels. He's coming off a good fall season as the quarterback for Champlin Park, and Preston Tilkey's been getting it done so far, averaging over 16 a game. He can shoot the ball, and they'll look for him to get some open looks tonight here against this Park Center team. And for the Pirates, their point guard is certainly in the category of one of the best players in Minnesota, Cash Davis.
Absolutely. Cash, you know, just trying to cap off his senior year. He's had an excellent high school basketball career and just is now committed to the University of Washington. So right now, for a player like that, having that weight up off his shoulder, I'm looking forward to Cashmere having a very outstanding season.
Some good matchups between these two over the years. Right now, Park Center seems to be the big favorite, but we'll see what the Rebels can do here on the road in a tough gym to play in for visiting teams. Stay tuned. Champlin Park, Park Center, boys hoops, up next on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all three of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
And welcome back here to Park Center as we get set for tip-off of tonight's game. A good crowd here, not quite as overflowing as you maybe would think. I think the fact that the Rebels haven't been quite as strong these last few years maybe has something to do with that as well. But Pirates fans have been known to definitely pack this place in recent seasons with such great teams that they have had these last few years. Let's take a look at our starting lineups here for tonight's contest, and kind of a mixture of returners and non-returners here for both of these teams. Javon Quiros, Kyler Poost, Amory Peterson, Preston Tilkey, and Mo Jala, the starters for the Rebels. Ari Gooch, newcomer here from New Jersey for Park Center, along with Cash Chavis, Jackson Folks, Xavier Freelix getting the start tonight in place of injured Aiden Mamene and Chang Ring. You see him right there getting set to jump center here for Park Center. As we said, Champlin Park coming off a thumping against the other state finalists from a year ago, Wayzata. And their reports were that the Trojans look as good as ever. So we are underway. Park Center And new black uniforms here with green numbers as Chavis handling here. Popping from the top, it's in and out there for Gooch. Rebound cleared by Peterson, and now the Rebels.
Park Center looking like they're starting off with half-court offense as they get in the passing lane.
With the steal, and he'll hammer it.
And there's Gooch, transfer in from New Jersey, starting off the season well, just trying to make his impact here. Coach Ware loves his energy, loves his passion for the game, and really likes his explosiveness.
Peterson falls, and Gooch comes and rips it away. Chavis kicking it out to the wing, and that one wouldn't drop there for Frelix, but he gets it back underneath Jackson Folks for the layup. And a quick timeout taken here by Champlin Park as Aaron Kleppner's team falls behind 4-zip.
Coach Kleppner looking to take that timeout as Park Center has established on the defensive end, getting in the passing lanes, forcing some turnovers there. So a good early timeout there to get his club refocused.
Not exactly a secret that he said one of the things we obviously have to look at is taking care of the ball tonight. He didn't feel like they did it anywhere near well enough against Wayzata the other night. And obviously Park Center is a team with some quickness, and they'll look to jump passing lanes, occasionally gamble here and there, as you get a look at Aaron, who was a player for the Rebels back when, as we said, they were kind of what Park Center is now at that time, a very dominant era, the mid-teens for the Rebels under Coach Mark Tucksher. He said we're more athletic this year than we were last year, and the 0-3 start obviously isn't what they were looking for, but I think they're going to be okay. I think they're going to win some games this year.
Absolutely. They're playing a shortened home schedule and going to be battle tested on the road or even at some neutral sites here. So it's early here in the season, but I'm sure Coach will get them together.
Pelkey being hounded by Folks. Folks was probably the best sixth man in the state last year, or certainly one of them. And now into that starting role. Too hard off the glass. Follow-up wouldn't go either for Poost. And knocked out of bounds by Champlin Park's Kuros, so it will be a Park Center possession again here. Pirates leading it 4-0 in the early going.
With the introduction of the shot clock in high school basketball, that's going to be something that all high school players are going to have to adapt to, particularly if you're a team like Champlin Park, maybe undermanned, undersized, and with that shot clock, it's going to speed you up a little bit.
Frelix gets his own rebound, stepped in and missed. It took an extra bounce there, kind of fooled everybody, but eventually the Rebels come down with it as Kuros will bring it up court. Yeah, for Park Center, I don't think it's going to make a lot of difference for them. They're generally a team that plays awful fast. That's going to be a 10-second count even before the ball went out of bounds, but I think it'll help them in terms of their opponents not being able to take the air out of the ball when they have a lead.
Yeah, Kuros, he needs to expect this pressure all night long because Park Center, they're going to look to trap in very unconventional spaces. So it could be at half court, three-quarter court, or even full court.
And the bad news if you're the Rebels is that they haven't really hit them with it yet, the real press.
Right.
Turnover there by Park Center as the Folks tried to get it into Ring. Kuros, see if he'll challenge the big guy. Oh, and Ring erases that one. You kind of see that one coming. Back out to Folks for an open look. Won't drop though.
CP very fortunate there because that's what Jackson Folks does. He's a knockdown jump shooter. Doesn't need time. Very quick shot, quick release.
Gooch leading a 3-on-1 over to Chavis. No good, but he was fouled on the play as Peterson got him on the arm.
And Peterson stifling the crowd right there because that was going to be an alley-oop to their star playmaker there, Kashmir Chavis. It's a nice look here, but excellent foul there because definitely don't want to give him any easy looks.
Ring, one of the better shot blockers around, and Kuros found out the hard way right there. Kwasilokpa will check in for Champlin Park. Second free throw no good by Chavis, so we will stay at 5-0 Park Center. And a reach in there by Gooch. He tried to read the dribble there of Telke and instead got into his body a little bit. So first foul against Park Center.
If Champlin's going to score anytime soon, they're going to have to use their big guys to relieve pressure. The Park Center guards, their perimeter players really get after it on the perimeter, so they're going to need a big guy, much like Maple Grove did in their last matchup.
Gooch with another steal and another dunk. 2 early breakaways for Gooch. 7-0 Park Center.
And that's that fine addition that Coach Ware really enjoys having.
Tilke drives and scores. First bucket for the Rebels. And this is going to be out of bounds off Folks before he could try to save it. His foot was out.
There's a nice little alley-oop here. Nice little breakaway tomahawk dunk right there by Gooch.
Ooh, Poost, yep, he carried that ball. He was going to pass it. Tried to make it look good, but I think the right call made.
That's that Park Center pressure. I mean, the offense is all the way at half court.
Coach Ware now 9th season, and boy, I tell you, what he set out to do here has definitely fallen into place. And it started before they were winning championships or competing, you know, just the way they run practice, the way he's gotten kids to go to college. Just overall done an excellent job in their program. Here's the alley-oop to Ring, but he couldn't quite finish it with one hand. It was out off Champlin Park, though, as Dom Mueller, who just checked in, couldn't save it.
Just finishing up what you were saying about Coach Ware. He's a community member, so we already had relationships within the community, so it was a great hire because when they hired him, many of the community members invested in the program, and you've seen what he's done with the program thus far.
Gavin Walter thought better of challenging the defense there. And turnover on the Rebels. Walter getting some quality minutes as a freshman for Champlin Park. That tells you they must have some confidence in him in this conference to be, you don't see a whole lot of 9th graders that get a lot of playing time.
He's going to get his lesson tonight playing against one of the premier guards in our state, so it'll be interesting for him. True test.
Chavis was fouled on the drive there and will go to the free throw line. Personal will go against Silokpa. And Chavis too hard with that first free throw. One more coming.
And I mean, if you're Champlin Park, you kind of got to like the way the game is going right now early on. You know, it's kind of slow, methodical. But in order to win on the road, sometimes, you know, you have to, you know, control the tempo.
Yeah, I would agree. If it wasn't for those open court turnovers that led to easy hoops, they would be, liking the style that this one's being played at least so far. Here's Walter driving, and he's able to finish that one.
And now you know why they give him that confidence. The freshman coming in.
Gooch looking to answer. Switch to the left hand. Nice hoop. He already has 3 baskets early on.
Last season, Chavis in that backcourt kind of by himself and really didn't have an off guard to really complement him. But now this year with the addition of Gooch, you have speed, athleticism, quickness, tenacity on defense. Really just a solid backcourt and probably the reason why they were ranked #1 in the state.
Another 10-second violation committed there by Champlin Park. So that press not leading to a steal, but leading to a turnover anyway.
And then that last game against Maple Grove, Maple Grove was up at halftime by 2 or 3 points, but PC with that pressure as this alley-oop comes all the way to Ring there. They run that very often. They do it in open gyms. So that's something we'll see a whole lot of this year.
Chavis poking it away. He's going to look to dunk. Oops, he was short with it, though, and follow-up is good. As Frelix puts in the layup, and it's now 13-4. Little back screen here for Ring. Good job not trying to do too much with that one. He was a little bit far away from the hoop to get a really monster dunk there, but he just guided it in.
Kind of like Chavis on that play. Sometimes, young players want the highlight reel, but Ring being very smart there. He wants his 2 points. It's early on. No need to blow those easy twos.
So a little over 13 minutes to go here in the first half, and Park Center opening up a 13-4 lead. Champlin Park having a discussion, but it also, as you said, kind of serves to break the momentum a little bit for Park Center. You don't want them to get on these big runs where the crowd gets into it and all that, and I think that's probably in equal parts why that timeout was used there.
Yeah, all of a sudden PC, they want the up-tempo style, kind of like an AAU kind of style of play where you just get out and run and make athletic plays, trap, play good defense, turn over the ball, not allowing the other team to run any offense efficiently.
Temi Amodoyinbo checking in for Park Center now, number 3, came over from Osseo this year. Trouble getting it in. Now they finally do to Kiros. Kiros will drop it off to the trailer, and then Peterson trying to swing it over to Jala, but not quite connecting.
There's an inside presence from Ring. Anytime you feel like you can get maybe a layup at the rim, here comes Ring from the weak side looking to contest any shots.
Inside, Amodoyinbo with the layup there.
That's what he does. He can finish inside. Very athletic player, plays hard, doesn't complain, takes what you give him, but on the defensive end, he's looking to set the tone from the 4 position.
Pelkey into the lane, then lost it on the way up. Oops, then they lose it back in turn. Kiros trying to drive it around Chavis, and ball was being grabbed at on the way up, so it was a tough shot. Chavis whipping it cross court. Folks catch and shoot 3, wouldn't go. Amodoyinbo runs it down. Chavis will fire from the wing, no good. Folks was fouled as he tried to put that rebound back up all in one, and Boost will pick up the foul.
For Champlin Park, what you do want to do is force PC to shoot it from the perimeter, not allowing them to get any paint touches, because that's when they can make the extra pass for the extra pass that leads to wide open shots. And you don't want to give Jackson Folks any wide open looks. You don't want to give him any confidence, because he can get them rolling. He can put together, 4 or 5 threes in a row.
Misses a pair here. Yeah, that's the scary part of the Rebels, is that Park Center is really not shooting the ball very well, and they're still up 16-4. Telke driving it at Ring, went for the dunk but didn't get it. Here comes Folks. Lob to Chavis, and no good on the dunk, but he was fouled. Peterson will pick up the foul.
Like that effort by Preston. Preston showing no respect for Ring in there. He's saying, I'm going to take my chances being down 16-4, as we see Jackson Folks try to throw the alley-oop to Kashmir Chavis. But once again, you can see Champlin Park saying no easy baskets. And I believe right there, that's Peterson's second trying to stop any kind of, alley-oop dunks. I know one thing, Jay. Park Center better be in the gym tomorrow practicing those free throws.
Yeah, they have not
They're
been
leaving
shooting
some
well.
on the table, yeah.
And Chavis gets that one to go. 17 for Pirates. Kiros, Gooch went for the steal. Peterson working in the post, looking to attack, no good, but he was fouled as he got Amodoyinbo a little bit off balance there.
And Park Center CP Peterson, he has to attack Timmy. He has to attack him because, you need balance, Jay. I mean, everything can't be from the perimeter. You need some attempts going to the basket so you can have an opportunity to get to the line. Hopefully Champlin Park can make all their free throws, and that can keep them in this ball game early.
Peterson makes a pair. Silikbo will come in to replace him. Chavis hitting the front court with the Rebels trailing 17-6 after those made free throws. And nice steal there, grabbed off by Silikbo. Jumper from the wing is good for 3 as Poost buries his first basket, and Rebels trying to get a little something going. Chavis behind the back. Oh, he got a fortunate bounce, but then it's missed. And then the Rebels come out of there with it. Silikbo looking to attack off the glass and good. Champlin Park fans a little something to cheer about here for the first time as they get it going, 17-11.
That's what they needed, a boost from the bench. Try to get them in this ball game.
Modiimbo, good jump stop, powers up and scores on the pass from Ring.
Just has a live body. I mean, there's just energy that just oozes off that kid. Plays both ends of the floor, hard, aggressive.
And he's pretty strong, too. I mean, you look at his shoulders are pretty broad. He's got room to get even bigger, but good frame on him right now.
Yeah, he's put together, and he's only a junior, so he has some time.
Get a reach-in foul there on Gooch. See the Rebels get it going, and a little energy provided. Silikbo up with the steal, and then a stop and pop 3 by Poost. And then the next time they will go on the attack. And I thought that was a good example. You can't afford to play scared against Park Center either. You got to be willing to just make your plays. Yeah, they might get blocked once in a while, but
you're going to take chances.
Little floater there wouldn't go. Big fight for the rebound. Rebels get it, and the shot will drop for Jala, his first basket.
Right now, Champlin spreading it around a little bit. 4 or 5 players who've already scored, so that means they're going to feel good and feel like they're into the game. Park Center looking to put some points on the board.
Modiimbo not able to get it to drop inside. Jala, the rebound, was fouled.
So just a matter of minutes, Jay. We got a 19-13 ball game. So Champlin, a couple of subs here by Champlin, has ignited their offense, and probably even on the defensive end, they're doing a decent job on the rebounding. Ring is out of the game, so now Champlin looking to keep Park Center from getting second chance points. As if they shoot the ball, they want to box out, get a nice rebound, and get out in the fast break.
Yeah, early on, it did not look like this was going to be a competitive one for very long. The Rebels have done a good job bouncing back. Oops, dribbled through a double there. Now Gooch will come out of there with it. Chavis drops it off. Jackson Folks layup. This unselfish play there to get the assist.
And Champlin Park, if they're going to make any kind of turnovers or they feel like the other team has numbers, they got to use what's called Euro fouls. Early on they play about 10 or 12 players anyway, so that's about 50, 60 fouls. They got to use them if they want to stay in this game.
Into Jala, wouldn't go. Gooch with a nice rebound. He leads the break. And, drew a foul. Hit the ground pretty hard, but looks like he's all right.
Yeah, he's one of the few players that you'll see this year in the state of Minnesota. Has tremendous speed. I mean, really has a second, third, and even a fourth gear. And that makes it tough on the defender. When he's coming at you, he's got the Euro step. He knows how to do all those things, so it makes it really difficult on you.
Gooch, 3 early baskets, a couple of them on breakaway dunks. And he makes the free throw here.
Coach Ware feeling comfortable about going deep in his bench, making rotations early, keeping the boys fresh.
Yeah, they, as you mentioned, are without Aiden Memone tonight, who has an ankle sprain. So
he's their team captain. He's their leader. You know, he keeps all the boys in line and making sure that they understand what their responsibilities are.
Oh, that pass thrown right to Ring, and here comes Gooch. Can he get another? Oh, yeah. Wow. Ari Gooch, explosive. Now they'll give up a layup at the other end, though, as Poost gets an easy 2. Pirates by 10. To the corner, and there is a fadeaway for Gooch.
I'm telling you, that kid can put it up, and I mean it never stops. He's never going to back down. He's always in position and ready to shoot.
You know, when you think about that good bounce on a drive to the hoop, but it also really helps you get that jump shot off in rhythm too.
That's right.
Peterson tried to power that one up through traffic, couldn't get it to go. Here comes Gooch again. He'll drop it off. Amodiyinbo, layup good.
There's Gooch.
Now 30-15, a quick 5-0 run here for Park Center. Jala, little up and under move, too strong, but there's Peterson to clean it up.
Gooch being able to jump off the vertical, or he's even off the 1.5. I mean, just a really good athlete. Great pickup for Coach Ware. I bet he wished he had him against Wayzata last year, especially all that pressure that Wayzata applies. You know, most people don't think that Wayzata applies pressure, but they do. They just confine it into spaces where they direct you where you want to go. So
when I was speaking with the Champlin Park coaches just after they played Wayzata, and they didn't. It was no fun getting beat at, but they admired some of the things Wayzata does, just the way they cut, the way they pass. I mean, just the fundamental part of the game is really there, and they look. I mean, certainly coming into the year, you base a lot on how teams did last year in the rankings, but early indications are that Park Center and Wayzata, it wouldn't be a shock to see them meeting again for a third straight year.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams just well coached and really have tremendous support from their youth organizations, and their reputations now are just solid in Minnesota, that prospective players from other programs also want to transfer in and be a part of their success.
Champlin Park, as we said, did a good job battling back into it. Then the Park Center getting on a little bit of a run again. So right now sitting at a 13-point lead for PC. Chavis, a double high screen, now gets it to Folks. Ring looking for the ball inside, a little jump hook, no good. It came back to him, but he couldn't quite squeeze it. And Peterson up with it for Champlin Park.
That's something I'd like to see from Ring develop, because as they go through the season, particularly when they match up against Wayzata, who I think they'll match up with Wayzata in the state tournament, Ring's going to have to make some shots from that paint, as we see Gooch with another three-point shot. Once again, kid can do it all. Left, right, catch, shoot. Just a really good pickup for Coach Ware.
Yeah, my first time seeing him play, and boy, impressive so far, no doubt. Now I'm thinking when the Park Center students get to know him a little better, you might be hearing that Gooch.
Yep, absolutely.
Not quite yet, but
you can imagine if they get to Target Center, you'll hear it.
He is feeling it now. No good here, but he will shoot three as Peterson will pick up his third foul, trying to get out and contest that one.
And that's on the fast break. You don't see many high school kids pull up on the three-point line on the fast break, but that's something that he provides for Park Center, and it's gonna cause some teams some questions when they have to defend it, because what it'll do is open up the lane, paint pay for Kashmir to just get downhill and get in that lane.
Gooch missing the free throw after nailing his first couple. He still has 2 more to go, though. This, again, a foul in the act of shooting a 3.
He's already got 16 in the first half. He's really doing a good job scoring half of Park Center's points so far.
Missing the first couple. And he'll get the roll on that third one. 34-17. Gooch by himself has matched Champlin Park's total, and there's Chavis will be called for the foul. There were times last year when I almost kind of felt sorry for opposing point guards. Chavis is just waiting to pounce.
And he does it so easy, Jay. I mean, he almost puts his hands behind his back and just really slides his feet. And you know what? That is a turnover because of the presence of Cash. I mean, he was 5 feet off of the guy, and the player still threw it a little too far. But Cashmere always in the passing lanes. You know, one of the better defenders at the playmaking position.
And that's the thing, too, is there's Folks with a little turnaround half hook. He plays aggressive and, you know, will gamble somebody also is still pretty sound the way he moves his feet. So that even if he doesn't get a steal, he's still defending well.
Yeah, he believes in his speed and his quickness, so he knows even if he misses, he can take off and recover and get back in position.
Tilke now with the bigger ring on him, and he drives around him, but lost the handle on the way up and missed. Oops, Chavis trying to go to Folks, but that one was a tough ball to handle. He kind of skipped it at him a little short. Gatai will check out and Poost back in for Champlin Park, but they are down 36-17. Playing the number 2 team in the rankings and defending champion Wayzata Tuesday, and then Thursday they get the matchup with the top-ranked team and number 2 in the state last year, Park Center. Ooh, that'll be Gooch's third. So he has done an awful lot right tonight, but now may have to sit the rest of the half here with that third foul. Oh, they throw it in right near half court, and another unforced turnover there on Champlin Park as Tilke catching that ball. I think he wasn't sure whether he was going to be called for an over and back or not, so he just got rid of it. And you know, some of these turnovers, Champlin Park knows what they're supposed to be doing. It's just Park Center is succeeding in speeding them up.
That's right. That's right. And then the kids start looking at the scoreboard, so all of a sudden you're trying to make plays too fast, too early, instead of just doing something fundamental and just, you know, nickeling, diming your way and cutting into this lead.
A little hesitation dribble, and the layup is good there by Silokpo. Nice move as he got the defense to back off him a little bit and then just had to blow by. And Walter almost has a steal. Now he does.
Great anticipation by Walter. I mean, he read Jackson's fault dribble all the way.
Tilke will whip it over to the wing, and no good there for Silokpo, but Tilke got it back. Silokpo goes to the floater this time, and Folks grabs the rebound. And another layup there for Temi. His 4th basket of the game, 38-19.
And Timmy coming from the bench, that's going to be big for them as they go through the state tournament, you know, assuming that they make it and everything goes well.
Chavis with the steal and dunk.
Chavis looking to add to his point total.
Back the other way, nice floater by Poost. He got it up quick before Ring could come over and erase it.
I like that left-hand lead pass, though, by the freshman, though, to put him in position.
Whew. Chavis with a spin cycle there and goes to the hoop, 42-21. This time Ring will get there for the block. Frelix had it knocked away, and now a 2-on-1 for the Rebels. Tilke will dish it over. They go back to him. Extra pass to the corner. Quiros way off with that one. Now Chavis, they look to get it running again. Oops, he was short again on the dunk. And then it's thrown away. Here's Ring, had it knocked loose. Here comes Telke. See if he can get a dunk. No, he cannot. 0 for 2. And out of bounds it'll go.
So far we've seen the players trying to create highlight reels. Everyone trying to dunk. Here's Chase. But there, yeah, he can finish, so we don't worry about him.
He did get that one, but then later missed one too.
Yeah, this generation more interested in highlight reels instead of 2 points. But then at the end of the game, you start counting, and I remember those days where all of a sudden you have 16, but you know you missed 3 layups because you tried 2 dunks, and before you know it, you have 16 instead of a smooth 20.
Yeah, I've yet to meet a coach who is all that excited about a big dunk. I mean,
right.
It's part of the game, and nothing wrong with it or anything like that, but just make the easy ones, I think, is what their coaches would tell them. I think the common denominator with Telke and Chavis was they both took off from too far away, that they couldn't quite reach.
Yeah.
They were
so worried about someone catching them that they were speeding up the process.
Under 3 minutes to go first half. Park Center up 42-21. Folks will fire from the wing, and he buries a 3. That's his strongest attribute. He's got a good all-around game too, but he is a shooter.
Yeah, with that size, being about 6'5", 6'6", you know, not too many people can contest his shot.
Folks will grab the rebound. When I spoke with him, the season preview story we did, I right away said, "You look taller than last year," and he said, "Yeah, a little bit." Driving layup and a nice finish by Poost. He's had a good first half with 9 points, but uphill battle still here for the Rebels. Folks this time puts it on the deck, tried to go inside, but knocked away there. Good contest by Silokpo. Walter spinning away, but good recovery defensively. And there's Chavis up with another steal. Can he get a dunk? He'll go with the little lay-in this time.
Yeah, he's finally decided, I need the points.
And there's a 3 knocked down from Poost. He is feeling it right now as well. The problem is just trading baskets at this point for Champlin Park. Isn't going to do it. There's a 3 from Frelix, the sophomore. And they've hit the half-century mark here with still about a minute to go or a little more in the first half.
One thing you do if you're Champlin, you don't want to try to trade baskets with Park Center.
Telke looking to drive it into Folks, now kicks it back out. Baseline pull-up is good there for Silokpo, and he has 3 buckets off the bench.
What do you know? A nice little dribble, mid-range shot, something you rarely see.
Champlin Park's definitely got it going a little bit, and you know, offensively, they haven't been great, but they've done enough to stay in some games. But unfortunately for them, Park Center's put up 50 already.
Well, what you can see too is when they're going to play against another opponent that is not equal to Park Center, they will find themselves in games and with an opportunity to win. And so, you know, sometimes it's hard to kind of, when you're playing against a team like this, to keep a good feeling. Even though you're down by this many points, you still want to be able to go out here and compete, just compete, and, you know, you can grow from it.
Looks like Park Center may hold for the last shot here, 50-28 lead right now. Chavis gonna yo-yo it out there for a little bit and then attack. Under 10 now. And Telke stepped in and fouled him. And that'll send him to the free throw line.
Not a foul that Telke wanted there. Want to keep that clock rolling, especially with 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and Chavis 22, 23 feet away from the basket.
I guess the only good news, if there is any, for the Rebels is that Chavis has struggled at the line here tonight, but we'll see what he can do here late in the half. There is it. Misses the second. See if the Rebels can get one more shot up late here. From the wing, it's good for 3 as Salopo knocks it down. And that will make it 51-31 game at halftime. Aaron Klepner, though, I think telling him, yeah, don't talk to their bench after you hit a 3. We're still down 20.
Right. I mean, that's something you're always discussing with young players. Hey, remember where you're at. Remember what you're doing. Remember what we're here for, and we're not here for your own show, because all of a sudden you start talking to the bench, they might start improving their defense here.
51-31, Park Center at halftime. We'll have first half highlights and more coming up here on CCX. Welcome back here to Park Center as the Pirates in command at halftime, leading Champlin Park by a score of 51-31 after the opening half of play here. Let's take a look at highlights from the opening half of play here as the Pirates had certainly more of them. Champlin Park got it going a little bit as the half went on, but it was kind of the Ari Gooch show for a while there as he hits the breakaway dunk. And how about another one as he'll jump into the passing lane here and throw down. Showed he can shoot the ball a little bit as well in that first half. Wasn't done dunking yet either though, as he had 3 big dunks. Champlin Park, after a very slow start, did get it going a little bit. There's the freshman Walter driving and finishing the layup. Chavis throwing the alley-oop to Ring after the back screen, able to put that one away. And then a nice steal, though, by Salopo, and he'll give it up for the 3 from the wing for Poos. Those two guys really kind of led the charge for Champlin Park. Here's a look at the driving finish by Salopo. Gooch to Chavis, and then Jackson Folks for the layup. And here's Gooch letting it rip from the wing. Hearing that 3 on the baseline. Nice little stop and pop by Salopo though. And you look at the scores from the first half. Boost with a dozen, and then Salopo coming off the bench to score 9 for Champlin Park. Gooch with a big 17-point first half. Chavis with 10. Folks had 9 points for the Pirates. We'll come back with our second half of basketball here. We'll see if Park Center continues mowing them down or if Champlin Park can make a little push to try and get back in this one here. The Rebels and the Pirates on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Welcome back. In the middle there in his Gopher guard, Braden Carrington, Mr. Basketball winner here at Park Center, coming back to enjoy his high school team's games, and helped the Gophers to a nice win last night. And as an alum, you got to like that.
Yeah, you got to like that. It's going to be very difficult to get wins in this upcoming season. So to get one against Nebraska, we always used to say, take care of business at home, and with the teams that you can beat, make sure you beat them. So great win for the Gophers.
Good to see Braden back here too, supporting the Pirates. And first half they get over 50, leading it by 20 now. Gooch did have 3 fouls in the first half, something to keep an eye on a little bit, but obviously had a great half, but that was 17 points.
He can play free, being up 20 points. Doesn't have to worry about foul trouble issues. He can kind of just play his normal defense.
Rebels get it first here as Kiros will bring it to the front court here. I think that for them it's kind of important to not really be too worried about the scoreboard. Just kind of try to play effectively, chip away a little bit if you can. I mean, you're not going to make up a deficit like this all in one anyway. So there's Telke with a nice drive. They've done a good job on him. He just has 2 baskets, I should say, 4 points.
I think Telke needs to be more aggressive, even if he's in a one-on-one situation. His team definitely needs the points. And he's been doing a good job in terms of beating his man off the dribble. He averages 16 points. So I'd like to see some more shot attempts from him.
Did have a couple of missed dunks too.
Right.
Peterson driving, blocked but fouled. I think Ring got probably clean, but Frelix was called for the foul beforehand. Kind of bailed Peterson out. That was going to be a tough shot.
Yeah, it really was. But Peterson doing a good job getting it deep and then putting that body up against their body, forcing referees to kind of make a call there.
A little bit of sweat on the floor there after the guys went down, so they're kind of getting that cleaned up.
Mm-hmm.
Peterson hits. Good veteran officiating crew here tonight. They've done a good job. I always say, like any game, you're not going to maybe love or agree with every single call, but you can just tell they run a good game.
Yeah, they do. And you can see from, let's say, from our visiting team coaching staff, they respect and understand where they're at. So, they're not going to contest too many calls or make a big stink. So they're just allowing the boys to compete and have fun.
Ring kicking it back out now. Chavis behind the back, lobbing for Ring and the dunk. Great vision there by Chavis. Seeing out of the corner of his eye, and just when everybody turned to look at him thinking he was going to shoot, he just lobbed it up. Telke pushes it ahead the other way. Ring a block, and then the follow-up wouldn't go for Jallo. He'll try again. That one partially blocked, and that's what having a shot blocker will do for you.
That's what it'll do. And then probably the first shot attempt was okay, but that second one maybe could have pulled it out and got a better shot.
Into Ring, throwing it to the cutter Folks, and he was fouled, and if that's on Peterson, it'll be his 4th.
Really impressed with the development of Kashmir Chavis. Started out Brooklyn Center High School and then transferred over to De La Salle, but his emergence as a point guard, from the other 2 programs, he mainly played the off guard position. But, now that he's come to Park Center, Coach Ware's allowed him to play the point guard position, and he's developing. He's doing a really good job. Wasn't a big passer early on, but now developed that skill. So that's going to be, going to make him very competitive at the University of Washington.
Folks makes a couple of free throws. That foul, by the way, was not on Peterson. It was on Quiros. So a little bit of good news for the Rebels there. Not his fourth foul. Peterson steps into the lane and knocks down a jumper.
And like I said, for Champlin Park to really kind of cut in this lead, they're going to need their bigs to really put some pressure on them.
Chavis missed it, then Ring trying to dunk the rebound, and it came in and out.
I give it right back to Telke and let him go one-on-one and try to, create something, because he is their team's leading scorer, and he needs more than 4 or 5 shot attempts. I understand, yes, he's missed the dunks, but he needs some attempts to go in at that basket.
There's a 3 from Poost, his third 3 of the night. And Park Center will take a timeout. Champlin Park trying to get their guys going and fired up as they have trimmed the deficit now to 15 at 55-40. And we've kind of touched on it a little bit. I think they're looking for, chances are they're not going to be able to come back and win this game, but they're looking for competitiveness.
Right.
Guys who want to be in there and still fighting and, through the second half of this game.
Right, as we see Poos knock down that open three-point shot. But, Coach Ware, that wasn't a timeout that I feel like we're going to lose the game or I feel a threat coming. That was a wake-up call timeout, and he understands it as well. The idea that, hey, now they're not going to stop playing, right? They're going to keep competing. And so this is a timeout to, get his guys re-engaged on the defensive end, because now we see Champlin Park really doing a good job coming out this second half and putting some points on the board.
Yeah, we talked about the Maple Grove game and said, in some ways, I don't think you necessarily want to come out and look unbeatable right at the beginning of the season. You kind of want to build a little bit so you have things to work on and you have their attention a little bit. And Coach Ware said that was true in the Maple Grove game. With the film, we found some things that we weren't doing well, especially in the first half. And you get the guys' attention a little bit when you show them on film, okay, here's what we could have done a little different.
And that's what happened to them last year, is they started off the season well. I believe Chang Ring, he got hurt, but they started playing well again, and then they took some late season losses like Elk River at home, a loss that they really thought probably propelled them to the state tournament last year in terms of waking them up and understanding, hey, there's still business to accomplish.
Yeah, and it's hard to be really good every single night of the season. The game of basketball, it doesn't lend itself to perfection. You're going to have nights where you maybe aren't quite as good at every little thing, or your shots aren't falling or whatnot. There's Folks driving and finishing with the left hand.
And it gets difficult. It's a long season, right? 26, 28 games, because they play in even neutral tournaments where they play in the final. So it's hard to sometimes keep kids' attention for the entire season.
Quiros driving it, put it up over Ring, but he couldn't get it to go. Out of bounds off Folks. It'll be Champlin Park ball.
And Quiros learning from that opening possession in the first half where he kind of came up there soft and Chang put it against the backboard, but doing a better job getting it up there.
Yeah, I saw Park Center late in the season last year, and I'm not sure they make it to that championship game if Ring didn't come back.
Yep.
They weren't quite the same team without him in there.
That was always a discussion amongst peers and just fellow basketball fans, really understanding the importance of Ring, because what he does is he does a good job neutralizing any kind of dribble drive to the basket. Here he comes right here. And so now you're forced to catch and shoot from the outside.
Short on that shot. Now ahead, here's Gooch. Oh, he lost it on the way up. Chavis will get it back. Reverse layup wouldn't fall.
I'm surprised Coach Ware doesn't burn a timeout right there, because that's why he called that first timeout, so that guys would finish. And here we go.
Telke off the glass and good, and he'll get a chance for a three-point play.
But that was off of 2 missed layup opportunities right there. So that's why Coach Ware called that timeout. So it looks like he's going to get a sub in here, probably try to wake someone up.
Frelix will check in. You see Telke's got pretty good strength and just lowered the shoulder a little bit and got the defensive foul. And Timmy kind of saying, yeah, it was in position there. That one, Could have been maybe a no call. I don't think a charge, but there's Tilke finishing the three-point play, so he's heated up a little bit now, 7 points total.
So now down to 14.
Chavis driving, jump stop, one go, tips it over to Frelix though, and that rolled out. And Peterson will grab it for the Rebels. Baseline Tilke. Now back out with it to Poost. And Tilke again.
Yeah.
Driving to the hole and lays it in.
I told you, Jay, they need to let him, he needs to be more aggressive. Park Center right now looks like they don't want to stop him. I mean, he's using his physicality. He's definitely strong. He's not afraid of the contact. So he's just running through the PC defense and getting easy layups.
12-point game. Folks will shoot a three and he buries it. Well, there's a rally killer.
Right.
And then Chavis up with the steal. Gets it to Frelix. Little floater off the window and good.
And just like that, a 5-point swing. And now we're back to, what is that, 17 points here.
The last couple of years, you see so many teams that, say that against Park Center. Well, we stayed with them. We did pretty well for a while, but it's just those little, 10-0 runs or things like that. They just put it out of reach.
One or two bad shots, a turnover, then all of a sudden they go down and make a layup or knock down a three, which Jackson Folks just did. And then you find yourself, back with your back against the wall again.
Ring deflecting that pass out of bounds. It'll be Champlin Park ball. Ring will get a breather here, and Una Morke comes back in to replace him. Not really a whole lot of size for especially Champlin Park, but even Park Center. I mean, they got Morke coming in as a sub for Ring, though, is a good, second big guy.
And even Tammy from Park Center, he can play center too if need be. He's athletic, he's strong. So if any one of the bigs gets in foul trouble, he can always pick up that assignment.
Morke is going to be called for the reach in there as he tried to tie him up. Peterson will inbound here for the Rebels.
Very difficult season for Coach Ware to prepare for, even though he has a very talented team. But you can even just see by the scoreboard where the players' numbers are not on the board or their point total. What he's focusing on is team play and guys not worrying about their numbers.
Drive to the hoop, and it rolls in. Nice finish there by Jallo. And Champlin Park within 15 again. Chavis. Amodiumbo with the layup.
There he is, baseline, running that baseline, just finishing around the rim.
Gallo into the lane, going to go up and under and scores with the left hand. Kind of wasn't going to take no for an answer there, it looked like.
Right, but he had, good footwork, proper technique in his footwork. Nice little up and under fake.
Chavis, little Euro step down the lane, no good. His tip try wouldn't go, and Peterson grabs that rebound.
Tell you what, Champlin Park, they do a good job rebounding. I mean, they box out and, they limit you to, one-shot opportunities.
Folks got a piece of that one, knocked it away from Kiros. Tilke will come back in after a brief rest. Mueller also in now for Champlin Park. They've done a good job competing here. I mean, they were down 20 at half. They're now down 15 again.
And I watch body language, Jay.
Right.
I mean, the body language is just still present. They're still looking to compete, so.
And these are a lot of guys that know each other too, and they play every year. So it isn't, it isn't like they're in awe of Park Center or anything like that.
Right. These guys compete against each other on different sporting teams. So
there's a foul on Ring as Peterson kept that dribble alive and kept attacking, and he will be rewarded with free throws. Yeah, Aaron Klepner was telling me a couple couple years back, he said Park Center just put one on us. They outclassed us from the opening tip on. He said, but since then it feels like we've at least, competed.
Right. You just want to see, your players, their attitude and their body language. You want to see that look in their eye, that they're still engaged and that they're still present and just really trying to accomplish the goal that they set for before the game. Obviously, the coach knows this is an uphill task, but what you want to see is the passion. You want to see the fight as they knock it down now to 13. That's what you want to see. So the coach, I'm sure he's feeling good right about now.
Yeah, you have the feeling that after tonight's game or maybe at practice tomorrow, he's going to say, the good news is we're not going to have any tougher week than what we just had. They played Wayzata Tuesday and, as we said, Park Center here this evening. And the Pirates have Lakeville North coming up, another early test for them. And obviously at this point they're kind of, looking to challenge themselves against the best and the brightest beyond the conference ranks too. So they'll have Lakeville North coming up. So you see the Pirates and Trojans, and we had not had too many times over the years where we had two teams from the CCX viewing area playing in a championship, and then it happens 2 years in a row like that with Park Center and Wayzata. And like we just said, you don't know in early December what it's going to happen, but they're both looking like they could be headed toward that direction again.
Yeah. Definitely they're the favorites to be in that position.
We were discussing, John Jacobson and I, earlier this week, though. Hopkins nearly knocked Wayzata off in their section final. They had a lead pretty late into that game last year, and then a week ago I was watching on our channel, we replayed the Osseo Park Center section final, and Osseo stormed back and made that a game. I mean, it wasn't easy for either team to get there.
Well, now when you get in postseason play, everybody feels like they have a shot. And I don't care if you're 26-0 or you're 0-26. I remember a team called New Life that upset. It was a two-way game against Minnehaha, and just a couple of seniors who just decided, you know what, we don't want the season to be over. And sometimes that's all it takes, just attitude.
Chavis makes a pair. 15-point Park Center lead. Telke looking to turn the corner. Oh, and it rolls out.
He doesn't understand that Park Center is afraid of his physicality. If he takes it in there and take it strong, maybe use an up and under fake, he'd get buckets.
Oh, boy. Ring swatting that one as Frelix cut in front of Silokpo. He thought he'd fool him by going to the right hand, but Ring was ready.
This is coming down, trying to, yeah. Felix does a good job getting there, changing that shot, which allows Ring to block it.
Back out to Telke. And now Peterson. Little fade away from 14, no good. Out of bounds off Champlin Park. Wow, they crashing the boards, hitting into each other there.
But once again, still competing. You know, nobody dropping back on defense, but no, charge in the basket, trying to get a second chance.
Chavis driving, lost it. Over across. Peterson waited for Ring to go by and lays it in.
Simple, just a ball fake. Ball fake, that's all you have to do.
13-point game. Champlin Park competing well. Folks, though, just as he did last time, just when you think you're getting back in it, there's Jackson Folks.
Yep. He was one of those players that later in the game against that Wayzata game, you know, fans and spectators were anticipating that he would come onto the court, but he didn't make it on there. But certainly a difference maker.
Layup from Mueller as he made the cut to the hoop, got the pass, and he'll have a chance for a three-point play here. That'll be Gooch's fourth. So he thought he had a good line to block that one, but Mueller snuck it around him.
But you know, Champlin Park, 7 guys on the bench have scored. 7 players from the team have scored versus Park Center, 4 or 5 players. So you can see the contributions that Champlin Park players make when they come on the court, and that makes it difficult for an opponent.
Back to a 13-point game. Ring will shoot it up no good. Out of bounds off of Park Center.
Definitely not the shot that they wanted from Ring. You know, it was just one pass, and it was doubly contested. So,
yeah, Champlin Park, this has kind of gone beyond just like a little feel-good comeback. They're starting to make Park Center really work. Tilke driving it. Got rid of it. Now he'll get it back. Ooh, and there's another block for Ring. Chavis starting it back the other way. Steps through, and layup is good. Big block again for Ring. He has been intimidating inside. Tilke to the corner. Walter. Good recovery by Frelix. Peterson spins and is fouled.
Walter kid, he kind of reminds me of a Wyzetta kid. It looks, you know, it's the way he plays. It's the way he's moving. You know, he's passing left-handed. He's passing right-handed. So you can see he has those skills. But I'm looking forward to keeping my eye. I'm gonna keep my eye on that young man.
Yeah, he's a freshman, and
Yeah.
Frelix, the sophomore, was guarding him. I was just thinking to myself, in a couple of years,
Yeah.
those will be the leaders out here,
Yeah.
scoring lots of points and
Got
leading their teams.
He's got that Tyler Hero kind of feel to him a little bit, and it looks like he's not done growing. I'm kind of looking at his legs, and looks like he's still got some ways to go, but definitely a player to watch.
And Peterson missing a pair there as they had a chance to cut the lead a little bit. Here's Folks. Layup is good. 17-point game again now as Folks getting that layup to go.
Coach Ware looking to go big. He's got some length out here on the floor.
Walter, a long three. And we'll get a travel call. Jallo come back in. Peterson getting a break, but he's worked hard. Chavis attacking down the middle and lays it in. I think he saw about the top of the key or even before that the lane was open and he was going to go get it.
Yeah, once he gets inside that paint and he goes off that 1.5, it's tough.
And a takeaway by Folks. Behind the back, he'll leave it for the trailer, Chavis, and he flips it in with the left hand. That was hard because you backspin, when you switch it to your left hand, it kind of throws things off. Ring gets another block. Chavis, oh my goodness. Globetrotter move there between everybody, and then he was fouled.
Chavis just finding that gap. And we got Jackson Folks. Chavis with the dipsy-do, the lay. Nice little finger roll layup there. But this is how Park Center will pull away. You know, yes, they will make some mistakes. Yeah, they might take some ill-advised shots. But what they do is rely on their defense. And right now, you have Kashmir Chavis out there about 6'2". Jackson Folks is about 6'5", 6'6". Xavier Frelix, he's a good 6'3", and of course, Chang Rang, 6'8". They got some length out there.
Second one coming here for Chavis, and he missed it. Jallo. Nice move. Oops, he traveled though. He kind of lost his footing. He had Ring out of position and looked like he was going to have an easy two, but he just stumbled.
But he's also seen those 5 blocks that Ring has, so, you know, all of a sudden you hear those footsteps. It gets a little different.
So just over 7 minutes remaining. Park Center stretched the lead back now to 19, trying to go to 3-0 early in this season. We'll look, Ariel and I will be at Cooper High School tomorrow night. That'll be kind of an interesting one. Season opener for the Hawks as they play Hiawatha Collegiate, a team with some young talent, and that could be a pretty good game. And then at girls hockey, Osseo Park Center taking on Champlin Park Coon Rapids next Tuesday. First gymnastics meet of the year. Two of the better teams in the area usually, Hopkins, Wayzata. And then we'll have Pirates girls basketball next Friday as they play at Armstrong High School. And a fun early start to the season. And gosh, we were looking again, John Jacobson and I talking about it earlier today. Both boys and girls basketball in the area are going to be tremendous.
Yeah.
Class 4A rankings, 1 and 2 Wayzata, Park Center, then Wayzata.
Yep.
Class 3A, we have Benilde and Totino at the top. Breck with Freitag going over there. Now they're ranked number 1 and 2A.
Yep.
It's going to be a heck of a winter for boys hoops and also girls. As it usually is. I mean, that's no big secret.
Yeah, we generally out in this way, suburbs, have some very competitive teams, but now you can really sense the parity. Obviously, Park Center, we feel like maybe they're in a class of their own, but people felt that way last year, and then Wayzata came in there into the state championship and upset them. So, and the goal is very clear here at Park Center. It's championship.
Chavis into the front court. Folks looking to pitch it inside, but knocked away from ring by Kiros. And Chavis with the takeaway here. And he was fouled by Kiros.
I mean, he just does it so easy. You can really see the lateral speed of Kashmir Chavis. He just really sits down and has great anticipation. Really being able to read where you're going.
Kiros thought he had all ball there.
Yeah, that's a frustration response. He gets his pocket picked by one of the state's best player, and probably just a little frustrated.
One more time here for Chavis, and he makes a pair after he missed his last two. Gooch will come back in here for Park Center. Chavis will get a breather.
After Gooch picked up that third foul, it kind of took away his rhythm there because he was on a roll with 17 first half points. But that third foul kind of just got him off a little bit. He was on pace to probably get 30 tonight.
See, the Pirates have picked up defensively after Champlin Park had kind of made that little run, getting within 14 or whatever. The Pirates have locked down a lot more. The shots are harder to get now. Peterson, a little up and under, and he scores it against Ring. I thought he got away with a little chuck earlier on the first defender, but
he uses his body, okay?
Frelix will shoot that three, no good. And batted over to Kiros. Little floater by Solokpo won't drop. Folks will clear it. And out of bounds. The pass was just a little bit far out front of Temi there, and he stepped on the end line as he was saving it. So Chavis will come back in. Frelix out. I don't think the Pirates feel they quite have this one wrapped up yet. And they're going to still come hard for at least a couple more minutes here. Kiros. Pass inside and a foul drawn as Poos knew he had to get that one up in a hurry. He did. And he lands hard.
But that's how you beat that perimeter pressure, just looking to get backdoor cuts there. If they overplay, and Park Center overplays, they will force you to make a backdoor cut and then hope that their rotation gets there to, and the rotation is Chang Ring. So, but that's definitely, they got to get more of that if they want to cut into this lead. 5:32 left, still some time, obviously got to get some stops on the defensive end.
2 free throws here for Poos. That was a second foul on Ring, by the way, and And obviously Chang wanted to block that, but to be honest, I don't think that's a bad thing for him to maybe knock somebody down once in a while too. I mean, it
sends a message. It sends, it makes it more difficult for the next player who's thinking about or attempting to drive to the basket.
Ring not able to reach that rebound fully there and knocked it out of bounds. It'll be Champlin Park ball.
This is where Park Center has to be careful. 20-point lead right here. And sometimes you can get into a lull where you're not aggressive and you're not focused, and all of a sudden an ankle sprain, something like that. So they got to stay locked in.
Steal by Gooch. Wodienbo had it partially blocked. Now the Rebels looking to push it. In and out there, a fight for the rebound. It is off of Folks, and it will be Champlin Park ball. Felix will come back in here for Park Center. And nice block there by Felix after a nice little slip on the inbound that got it to Post. Looked like he was going to have an easy two. You see the block here, though. Although if you're Park Center coaches, you like the block, but you say you shouldn't have let him catch it there in the first place.
Right. That's right. We say no middle. That's always a cardinal sin, to allow the inbounder to make a pass right in the paint.
Floater is short there by Quiros. Now the throw ahead. Here comes Gooch, and he missed it. And the layup is good by Chavis on the rebound. Peterson ran by him. It was hard to see if he made any contact with Gooch or not on that one.
Yeah, Gooch probably, took off a little too far from the basket trying to, create a highlight dunk. But Peterson there once again.
That'll be a goaltend. Yeah. Ring coming over to swat it, but a little too late as Post will get credit for the field goal. And timeout Champlin Park.
Coach Ware, you can take that, right, Jay? You want your big challenge in every shot.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'll still never forget that NCAA
there
game when
go.
Patrick Ewing
decided
he was going to block everything and didn't care how many goaltends he got.
That's right. But it caused, a little bit of a psychological job, and and that does matter sometimes, particularly if you're a player who's used to taking it to the basket and seeing it go in. All of a sudden, a couple block shots makes you think differently.
Ring, I think you could see his reaction there. He was hoping it wasn't a foul call, and it wasn't, but I thought it was a pretty easy goaltend call that one was on the way down.
Ring hasn't scored too much in this contest right here, but he's definitely done it on the defensive end. He's made his presence known, rebounding the ball and also blocking shots.
There's Damon Plunkett, Champlin Park assistant, making a homecoming here to Park Center. A Park Center grad. He said, I always love coming back, and even if it's as the visitor here. And he was on a state tournament team as well. And good to see Damon again here tonight. Always enjoyed talking with him. And so obviously he and Aaron Klepner were both players in the area some years apart, but good to see. And James Ware, in fact, on the other side was a Hopkins player in the mid-90s as well. There's a takeaway and a little flip up and in there by Post. So the Rebels catching at Park Center a little bit off guard there, and now Folks.
Poot's playing a really good game here, scoring and helping his team stay in this.
And Salakbo knocked it away. Oops, lost the handle, Quiros. And then he gets it to Telke and back out. Pretty good recovery defensively for Park Center after that scramble, though. Baseline drive, shot clock winding down. Telke powers it up and in, and you're right there, going right at him physically.
Yep. And he makes it big. It makes it difficult on that big one. He's going right at their chest, and he's going right at the bottom of their chin. It creates some indecision if you're a shot blocker.
Folks. Oh my! What a pure shooter.
Yep. Yeah.
Great rotation on the ball. Just everything about it was.
Yeah. You're not going to find too many high school players with a prettier shot than that. And if you're a college coach, that's the way you want to see it.
Dribble handoff here. Try to go inside with it. Gets Ring up in the air. Peterson is able to score it, and he's fouled. Wow. Yep. I was wondering if he had waited too long there, but he knew what he was doing.
Not a surprise. I mean, he's very patient there. Yeah, he could have just thrown up anything. A shot fake, another shot fake, and he puts that left shoulder right in Chang's, right in his chest. Makes it difficult to block.
Ring pleading his case there. That's for Champlin Park fans. I mean, yeah, you're going to end up 0-4 the way it's looking, but if they play the way they did tonight, there's a lot of teams on their schedule that they could beat.
Right. You just want to compete, and then what you want is at the end of the game to go home with a good feeling, so that tomorrow's practice becomes productive. The next day's practice becomes productive. Because sometimes when you suffer a bad loss and it looks bad, then the team feels bad, and then days go by where you really don't get any good practicing in and growing. But right now, I'm sure they got to feel good about where they're at.
Inbound to Chavis there after he was fouled. Ooh, thought he was fouled again there, but now Chavis driving it down the lane, no good. The tip wouldn't go. Modiembo up with it, knocked away from him though, and Peterson recovers. Heroes back out. Peterson looking to drive that ball into Gooch. Surrounded, then had it blocked. Chavis will give it up. Can Folks do it again? He sure can. Wow, 4-3 of the half, fifth of the night for Jackson Folks.
Like I told you, you let him get started, he can run off 4, 5, 6 in a row, and it's nothing. He shoots a three-point shot really easy.
Going to be a 10-second violation against Champlin Park.
See Jackson Folk, perfect feet set, good balance, good rotation. That's what a D1 jump shot looks like.
So a minute 45 to go. Pirates going to win this one. Champlin Park, I thought, competed well. Telke will pick up the foul there.
That's the second time he's done that. I think it's almost like he's doing it on purpose, like, here, take this. But here he is complaining like, what, that's not a foul. But he's so big and physical, you know. He wants to hit.
Yeah,
he wants to mix it up.
It looked like he thought he saw an opening to go for a steal, and then once he realized that it was too late to stop his momentum anyway. Back cut and knocked away from Ring as he tried to go up. Chavis coming up to D up there. Deflection by Chavis. They're making Champlin Park work here. Now it is Telke for the layup. He got just a little bit of a brush screen there, enough to get Ring off stride a bit, and then he got the layup in.
Park Center, they like to force side, so he was able to recognize that Park Center forcing side created an opening for him. Good read.
Folks for another. He's human.
Right, he was too open.
Back out, Kuros, a long one won't go. Telke rebounds. Peterson swinging it to the corner, got away briefly. Telke will now take a three, short with that. Folks whipping it ahead. Gooch has two guys up front. Chavis for the layup. .25 seconds to go, and unfortunately, Solokpo is hobbling to the bench.
Right, and he's an important player for them, and it's got to stink. I hope he's okay, because they're going to need him.
89-70, Park Center. A step back by Peterson, that one way short.
if they'll even try to score the basket.
I'm going to say yes. Chavis giving it up. Shot partially blocked. Now Tilke looking to drive it again, in and out. But then the putback is good there for Kuros, and it will count. So Pirates will win it 89-72. Pretty much in command throughout, but Champlin Park, I thought, fought pretty well and hung in there, at least made it a game.
Yeah, I mean, they made it a game, something for the fans to watch. And for Champlin Park, some good takeaways, something that they can build off of. For Park Center, another game where all of a sudden maybe that team is not of the quality that you are, but they did come in and handle business. Yes, there was some sloppy play here or there, but for the most part, they got the job done, and they're on to the next game.
So for the Pirates, 27 for Folks, 24 for Chavis, 17 for Gooch, and Poost had 20 to lead the Rebels, 17 points for Amory Peterson for Champlin Park. So they will drop to 0-4. Park Center now 3-0 to start this season. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's game here between a couple of nearby rivals. It is Park Center defeating Champlin Park. For Ariel McDonald and the rest of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from Park Center.